Good morning, student of class 8. Today I will teach you English literature, chapter number 3rd. Chapter number 3rd, The Man in the Train. So this chapter already introduced. So rest part we have to complete it today from page number 38. Here is the line. Listen carefully and after that I explain. Mrs. Black breathed more easily. Perhaps he was not the killer after all. But no, she looked again at his face. She was quite sure that now that was the face in the newspaper picture. Then he did something which brought back all her fears. He finished peeling his apple and instead of putting the knife back into pocket, he put it down still open on the seat beside him. You know that? What is the scene here? Scene, you know that? This time Mrs. Black actually alone in the compartment. There is a blackish person and she was thinking that what is this person's picture she has noticed early in the morning's newspaper. And now at this time that man is actually using his sharp knife for peeling apples. And now when he finished, now this is this after that the scene is now what Mr. Black breathed more easily when she has finished means peeling off apple. Now this time Mrs. Black feeling comfortable, but she was thinking about the this person she has noticed early in the morning's newspaper. What okay, and after that again she was noticing that person very carefully what he was doing. And after that when he finished peeling off the apples, now he put down what knife, sharp knife, open. Okay, open actually, not putting in the pocket, open. Again she was totally feared. Okay, and now she lifted her magazine, for now he was watching her, his deep dark eye never moving. Now thought Mrs. Black, nearly dead with fear, now he is going to kill me. But the man opened the window, threw out the paper bag with the apple peel, closed the window, and sat down again. Now, again, Mrs. Black has taken her magazine for why? Not for reading, for looking carefully what he was doing. And she has noticed he was his dark eyes and never moved. Now, thought Mrs. Black, nearly dead with fear, now he is going to kill me. It means now what she was thinking. Mrs. Black was thinking actually he has finished his work, peeling apple, now he is free. So he has his sharp knife. Now what to do? It means he was going to kill me. Again now she was totally fearful. But what he was doing actually this time, that man has just collected all the peels of the apple in a paper bag and now he has throw it outside of the window, and after that closed the window and sat down comfortably. And over the top of her magazine she saw the man's right hand move towards the open knife on the seat beside him. At that moment the train began to slow down. Mrs. Black saw the houses and street of Eastbourne moving past the window. Then the train stopped and the man stood up. Now, over the top. Again, what he was doing? She was doing again, she was noticing that man, that very comfortably, how over her magazine. And this time the man was quite comfortable, and she has noticed that the train is now moving very slowly. It means Eastbourne, the city, arrived. And now she has noticed outside of the window that the city and streets of the Eastbourne. And now after that finally the train stopped at the platform. But the man stood there. Yes, he was right. He was the killer. For outside on the platform waiting for him were the two policemen. And now she was quite confirmed, quite sure how that definitely this person was the killer. Why? Because outside of the platform there were two policemen were waiting for him, the killer. And after that, as he got down from the train, Both policemen saluted smartly. Good morning, Inspector. One of them said, the chief constable is waiting for you at the police station. Sir, we have a car outside. As when that person, black person, has gone towards them, now both men saluted. Both policemen, constable, it means saluted smartly. What they said? They wishes, sir, good morning, Inspector, sir. Actually, he said that chief constable, they said that chief constable is waiting for you. Where? At the police station. We have a car also outside. And then we will go by the car. It means what? It means here that blackish person was not the killer. He was what? He was he was the he was the inspector. And now, as they walked away down the platform, Mrs. Black picked up the newspaper which was still on the seat. On the front page were two pictures, one of a small man with the thin lips and another of a big dark man she now knew so well. Under the first were the words Jack the Killer, and under the other Inspector Thornton of Scotland Yard in charge of the case. Now, what is it is clear now what that man was actually not the killer. He was the Inspector Thornton. And now here, as they walked away down the platform, when they were all missed, the Inspector Thornton and other two constable, they have gone. Okay, now this time actually Mrs. Black actually has taken the paper. Actually, inspector has left the paper in the compartment, and now she has noticed that in the picture, in the paper, what there were two picture, one of left side and one of right side. Left side, she has noticed that the killer, Jack the Killer name given with photo, and other side another person, this person like, okay, Inspector Thornton of Scotland Yard in charge of the case. Means both figure given. And now Mrs. Black smiled as she got into a taxi. John always says I don't read the newspaper carefully enough, she thought. And now this time she was quite relaxed. What? Now she has noted that what? That actually she was suspicion on the person, and that person actually inspector. So now this time she was just thinking about what actually her husband is always saying that she does not read newspaper carefully, and now it is right. Okay, E. Franklin Candy. Now this chapter completed. There are some questions are there. Answer the following questions orally. Where was Mrs. Black going to? Why did okay? Try to find it out, but today I will give you the question answer. Here tick the correct option. There are 1, 2 and one more is there 3. Okay, try to do by yourself. Okay, then answer with reference to context. This question's answer, and section C, section D and section A. Okay, section A, C, D questions answer I will send you in PDF. Hots you have to do. Hots, what is there are two questions. First question answer, if you were in Mrs. Black's position, what would you have done? Suppose that Mrs. Black is not there, you are going in train compartment and you are alone, some like the person. So what you will do? You have to just create any situation or think about. Okay. Second question, what do you come to know about Mrs. Black's character from the story? Give at least 3 traits, 3 points you have to write down about Mrs. Black's character, how she was. Okay, so and maybe suppose that any character you have written, then at least some lines related to 3 lines you have to write. Okay, if you are facing problem, just send to me. Okay, then I will give you the answer. Rest part of this chapter, grammar portion, tomorrow I will tell you. Thank you for today.